Oh my gosh, we're live. Oh my gosh. What
Are
up?
we? Are we live and alive?
We are live and alive. Welcome to Mystic Sisters. Today is January 31st, 2026. It is the eve of the full moon. She's out right now. Hey, girl. But the clouds are in and out. We're on the edge of this thing that is infecting a lot of the people that I've already seen in the comments. It
Yes.
is that snow moon, you guys, and this one's kind of a mean one.
Ooh. Somebody, it was 2 degrees for our rally. Where was that rally? I saw 9 degrees in Vermont. It's 12 degrees here in Wareham, in moonlit Wareham. Although we're expecting a storm and some fog tonight, so I don't know how much longer I'll see the moon.
It'll be full tomorrow at 5:09 your time, 4:09 my time, and I would be able to see it if the skies are clear. Should be visible because it has been, you know,
Well,
coming out
yeah.
of the blue.
The sun's going down now around 5, I think.
I
So,
haven't seen it
it
when
might be rising. It might be actually it does. If because when we
yeah,
look at the chart, it's actually on the horizon of
yeah.
Washington. Oh no, 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 no. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's not. That's the eclipse. That's the solar eclipse we're going to talk about next time. Um,
Oh no,
that
when I come home from work, I see when it's still it's light out. You could see the moon, like it's coming out early enough. So if it's 5 o'clock in your time, 4 o'clock our time, it should be dark enough. But as you get further west, you're not going to see it when it's full at its peak.
right, right. But it'll still be like incredibly powerful, whether you see it. If you don't see it, you'll feel it. You will
Right.
feel this one. It's in Leo, no less. I mean,
And Leo,
if,
right?
if there's if there is an unshrinking violet in the whole zodiac, it's Leo. And when Leo has something to say, man, ain't holding him back.
It also has, as I focus and think about building the altar and look at the candles I have and checking my references to sort of, put all this together. The orange Leo kind of thing is, the carnelian, the sunstone. Those are all the things I've kind of like gathered, but the taste and the smell of just metallic stuff
Yeah.
that's metallic. So I'm
Well,
like, okay, let's go with it. And I started piling up I've got everything up there: silver, gold, pyrite, copper, anything that's metal.
well, gold is the Leo metal, but the um, Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is in Aquarius. So that could also be the metallic taste that you're
And
feeling.
so is every other planet. And I've been using like metallic markers all week as much as I can in the short time I'm allowed to decompress,
Yeah.
right? It was a heck of a week, girl.
I know. Well, even if you didn't pay attention to what was going on the political scene, you're gonna feel it. I mean, even if you know nothing about it, the people around you know, the people you meet know, you feel the energy. You're an empath, and so it's almost you don't actually. I mean, if you're like feeling bad about not like keeping up with everything because you're like, I should know, I should stand up for people. You don't have to because you're already standing up. You're already holding the space. You don't need to pay that close of attention. And with this Epstein stuff that just came out, oh my
Yeah,
God.
I know. And so we're at a time where like we want to express ourselves and everything that's sort of coming out, and these are things, concepts we've been talking about for a long time. We're like,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, hello. is validating everything that you've learned and all that other stuff. Honestly, that day that Neptune entered Aries, everybody's got a story to tell that day. That was Monday.
You could definitely feel the shift of it all. I mean, it felt it felt lighter to me. I actually enjoyed it moving into Aries. Now, Saturn, on the other hand, as it's, Neptune is such an ethereal energy anyway that, it moves into a sign. It's a big deal, but it's not like visceral like Saturn, which is like you're feeling Saturn move through those last degrees of Pisces and then into Aries in your very bones. I can't tell you how every time Michael get up, I go, "Oh my God, I'm so stiff." I'm like, "I know, honey, I know. It's cold and it's Neptune. Like
I
Pisces
really, yeah,
is sort of a cold, damp sign.
it
It's gonna
is.
go into fire. Things are gonna heat up very quickly when that happens."
I have to say, I have to keep moving as much as I can. And the moments I sit down and there's somebody near me, I'm like, you're going to have to tip this chair to get me out of it right now. I'm stuck to it, or it just doesn't sound right when I stand up.
It doesn't sound right. Yeah, that's bad.
But it's the bone thing. I'm like, oh, that's a different noise, kind of thing. I'm like, oh gosh.
I don't think I've ever felt that before. Lovely.
It's a little different. So I do try to keep moving because I do have neuropathy, and I do know my bones are just like sponges. So I try to keep, the density going there. But honest to God, it's been a crazy week. I got punched on the elevator at work.
Bye.
On
Bye.
Monday. Oh, it was, you know what? It was a patient he's actually developmentally delayed, right? He's neurodivergent. The therapist took him to go to therapy. He had to leave his crayons, and he started getting angry. And she said, come and, help me in the elevator. I said, sure.
Because Ona always says, okay.
And, and then he was swinging. But, we leaned in, we kind of calmed him down, got him off the floor. And I said, we'll kind of address this tomorrow. No big deal. You can't leave him from going to a place where he's getting some kind of stimulation mentally, doing something he doesn't want to do without his crayons. What were you thinking? I got hit with too.
People, I think that people don't always think contextually. Like there's a context to that whole story. And, but was this a younger person that was making these decisions?
No. That's even worse. Oh, I know. It's just that it was just obvious that, there are people that need more time when they have to transition from something that, they may not want to do. I'll tell you what, we run like a group home, we run recovery, memory care, all on like one space, and hospice, like all on one floor. Like
what's that? There's an expression for it. It's like the Mall of America, only it's in one space.
Oh my gosh.
You got every kind of thing there.
And everybody would benefit from being in that where they actually would thrive, but right now they're sort of in an intermediate place before they can get there.
Right.
And that's a lot of plates to juggle.
I was going to say that's a lot of cats to juggle.
Oh, it is. They're like kittens, though. So, yeah. I'm
Well,
like,
we have
I
some.
thought
We have.
about that. I thought there's that Neptune and there's Aries kind of thing. Like the poor
Yeah.
guy wasn't ready to get in the water and just kind of start swinging. There's an adjustment that needs to be done. There's a preparation for the transition.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like us, right? This is so. What I would say is January was a preparation for the transition. That's what I would say about January. It is the preparation for
Yeah,
uh, for what's coming next.
yeah.
Yeah. We have a couple of birthdays. Antoinette's granddaughter, happy birthday. I know Susie from, I don't know if she's here tonight. Susie from Hawaii. She's tomorrow. So our Aquarius birthdays, you can, happy birthday to all the Aquarians out there. It's been quite crazy, right? With all those conjunctions to Pluto. If you're an early Aquarius, Pluto is doing something to your to your
It's
chart.
also been that sort of week, and I'm sure that there are a lot of people that once you, and I'm sorry if you have to click into that sort of timeline, was completely overwhelmed with input and data as Mercury and Venus, and everybody's like, come on, there's room for you. No, there's not room for you yet.
So
Those kind of feelings. Do you feel like this full moon will help us sort of like let some of that out?
well, the full moon's going to illuminate things, right? The sun is conjunct the Pluto of the Constitution. And there's other stuff going on with the Constitution's chart, um, to the nodes and different things like that. So this is a real test of that, which is okay because the Constitution needs to be tested and it needs to be made larger. And we need to have more amendments, so that we can get our rights to our own bodies back. And we can maybe make the justice system a little bit fairer for people. There's a lot of things that we have to do. Maybe healthcare is a human right, and Ona doesn't have to run around like a chicken without a head doing 12 jobs that should have been done by 2 people.
You just want, you know what? You just want everybody to have the best care possible.
Or some care. Some care. It's like if we could like educate people, if we could feed them well, and if we could give them a decent housing, you don't get sick. You don't, when you have opportunity, it makes you happy. You don't get sick. It's when you're depressed and it's like, what's the point? What's the use? Then your body says, what's the use? And you'll give up from that. They kind of want people to give up.
And they got more strict because Medicare rules and Medicaid rules also just kicked in. So,
well, of course, and they're trying to take Medicaid away.
I know.
They're trying to take Medicaid away completely. They don't want to hurt. They don't want to help poor people. Unfortunately, most of the babies born in America are born on Medicaid because a lot of them, we don't have a living wage. People can't afford, to wait to have children for when they can afford a house because they can't afford a house. I mean, this future that we're handing this generation. Oh, I saw that they took the death penalty off of Luigi.
I was just thinking about Luigi. I was just thinking about Luigi. I am free Luigi. That's going to be one of the other badges I think I'm going to have to wear somewhere in my shirt, as when I'm at work, because under the table and all of us that struggle to deliver the best care possible, everything is dictated by
psychopaths with a lot of money.
Insurance.
By psychopaths with a lot of money. Yeah.
The worst headaches. I'm like, ugh, it's just so wrong, And, undocumented and everything. I mean, you've got to be really careful, and it's just, it's awful. Yeah, there's money to pay ISOL, says Mary, but I think we're in this like odd little safe area in healthcare. I know that emergency rooms are not, they've gone in with, people that they've, beat up, I guess. And our area, I'm in long-term care, so, and rehab. Um,
I think the hardest thing with long-term care is
I just
yeah.
if I picture it in my head, honestly, it would be just hysterical to see how they would manage trying to get somebody out of there in, you know, in the state that these people are in.
So Mary says that a judge has ordered that little Liam be released.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I do watch Aaron Parnas. I do when I look for shorts, and then I look at the title. So I'm going to be engaged. And then, because that's about all I have time for. It's about all I have time for.
Now, I don't know if they're releasing the father. I doubt they'll release the father. But he's the father of 2 children. And he seemed like a nice, young, strong, decent person who's looking to make a life in America. That's the story of my family. That's the story of your family. Decent people trying to make a life in America.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Southern California is nice and warm. Every place else is cold. Florida, 24 degrees. I feel sorry for you Floridians, man. You guys are not equipped for this kind of, and your houses aren't. I think the biggest like problem or thing that people are worried about is that their pipes are going to break. I mean, remember when
They
that
do.
happened in where was that, Houston?
Yeah, they
When
do.
they,
They will.
right, and then we just like pouring, and there's like water pouring down the stairs. It's just like it's scary. It's really
When it defrosts, they'll lose a lot of crops that are in a zone that can only thrive in that zone. And they've got this like
yeah
blast, depending on how long it lasts and how
yeah.
quickly it pours through. We were supposed to get like all this snow, like a foot of snow, lake effect. Nah, I was out today, didn't even snow.
Did you want to look at the full moon? Yeah, you want me to pull it up? Okay, let
Let's
me.
look at the full moon because I do want to honor people's questions about the other stuff that's going on.
Yeah, let me.
On the current events tab, okay? Because it,
Um,
it does have, it does have a parallel to this full moon and Neptune moving into Aries and what is about to happen next, right?
yes.
And Jibbles is going to be such a, I'm going to make sure he is occupied.
Well, it is a full moon. I know my cat and everybody's more active on the full moon.
He's
You know,
just like that because he knows.
and he's a Cancer, so he's ruled by the moon, and the moon's in drama queen Leo, and he's already a drama queen. So
And
I
the
don't know. I don't know. Like everybody just know that's what's going to
It
happen.
was on Jupiter when the moon were really close this morning. I'm like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it was going to be. I knew he was going to be kind of a squirrely today. So
Squarely. Oh, poor baby.
poor thing though. I gotta say, I have to. He is a creature of habit. So when I come home, like we have scratchy cuddle time before I take a shower, and then he's like really happy. He gets to eat, he gets to be scratched. And when I'm home, he's like, what's up? Why aren't you scratching me? And do you leave and come? Like he really needs to have like it's that time of day. And sure enough, he wants to be. Oh yes, we need a Mystic Sisters card too. You know what?
Yeah,
Let me pull a
yeah.
wisdom of the oracle. Let me get him set up. I'll pull a wisdom of the oracle. Come on, buddy.
Okay.
So I wore the colors that are, traditional in the Leo archetype with the orange, and I did my hair last night, so that's nice and red. Um, and wearing amber, but also in honor of Catherine O'Hara, who always had some kind of monochromatic drama going on. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that black and white architecture. She made me laugh so hard. I don't even know what I was going through that I needed to laugh so hard. I forgot. But whatever it was, when I watched
So
it,
I'm sorry. I did put something up to present.
I
Can you?
got you. I got
Is
you.
it? Because I
Yeah,
don't see it on the thing. Okay.
there we go. Can you guys see that?
I'm looking at our channel right now, so I'll let you know.
It's up.
Is it?
Yeah. Can you guys see it?
Let us know if you. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I see it. It wasn't coming up. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little slow. I'm going to try to make this bigger. Let's see if this works. Just a little easier to see.
I
It's not working. Okay. Well, anyway. Um,
sure.
so here's the full moon tomorrow, February 1st, 2026, 14 of Leo. The Sabian symbol for the full moon is a human soul seeking opportunities for outward manifestation. Having learned survival requirements and social expectations, both of which we're very familiar with, eventually we learn to let the soul speak out freely, speaking with the soul's voice. So whatever Jib says, he's going to be speaking with his soul's voice, I think.
What song do you need to sing to the moon to help heal your wounds?
I think it needs to be a show tune. It has to have pizzazz, because it's Leo.
Okay.
I mean, that's a joke, really. But whatever you want to sing is fine. So it's in opposition to the sun at 14 Aquarius, a train entering a tunnel. I did a thing for February, and I think I even mentioned it with you maybe last week, or maybe it was in class on Tuesday, about this being a time of us moving through the eye of the needle. And I thought that this train entering a tunnel was like, because when you're like on a train and and everything goes dark, and then you're just sort of like in this limbo space, and then all of a sudden it's like super bright.
We have
That
an elevator that went down. We have 3 elevators. Only one is working right now. And I'm like, I can't even, the run a parallel through that. I mean, everything and other train events have been going on also.
Yeah.
Not just something that you could, relate to. That kind of thing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And the sun, as it says here, is on the sun is on Pluto of the U.S. Constitution, while Mars is conjoining the south node of the U.S. chart. So Mars is at 7 degrees of Aquarius. That's the south node of the Sibley chart. So of course, Aquarius is revolution. We're in the midst of another revolution. They say they can go in without warrants. They say that they can shoot you. They're putting you on a list. They're what's the other thing? Oh, they did the Don Lemon thing. They
Oh, wow.
arrested him, right? And they didn't just arrest him. Like, if you can just be, say, oh, you have to come to the office in the morning, right? You have to, and they don't have to go and handcuffed him. But they went at like 11 o'clock at night, handcuffed him, brought him to the jail, I guess, and he had to stay overnight.
Yeah.
They absolutely did not have to do that.
No, they didn't. They did that just to sidestep what was happening inevitably, an imminent story that is going to make a real impact. How many people are talking about Don Lemon right now when all that absolute filthy, disgusting, nasty ass shit just came out, the Epstein files?
Yeah, but there are plenty. See, the thing is like everybody's now that it's out, everybody can look for it, and so there's, hordes of people looking for information. Um, I do want to point out that the vibration of the day is the 13-4.
Yes.
It is the death card, which is about change. So we know that this is going to bring big change. All right. So that's the chart.
That's Sunday. Sunday is 13-4. Oh my gosh, I wrote down the devil. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong.
No, the devil will be Tuesday. Whatever happens on Tuesdays. Happily on a devil day. Devil dog day. Is that the 3rd? Is Tuesday the 3rd?
Yeah.
And there is something happening. Oh, I know what's happening on the 3rd. Uranus is stationing direct.
Of course. It's already starting. As soon as you said that, like, we're talking about redirect, that's the thing that's going to be interesting. They wanted to torture Don Lemon. They arrested the wrong Don. Everybody's like, yeah. And honestly, I knew that he was always going to be safe. I never thought that he was going to be hurt in any way. It was just one of those intimidation things. Also, sort of sidestep. I'm like, well, let's just ride this out. My best advice is just consulting the card that Giblets has picked for the week and said, give it a chance to put it all together. Had I reacted right away, and when I got hit on the elevator, things might have, I'm like, think about the whole thing before, right? He was always going to be okay. And the stuff that came out today was why they did that. They're just trying to scare you. Why?
Well, they also did it that way to humiliate him. They don't want him to think that he's so uppity that that couldn't happen to him. Just like they don't want us to think that we're so sure that we're not going to get shot in the face because we're out there with our First Amendment rights. They want to sow fear. The more of us that are out there are way more of us than them. We just have to hold strong. Last week we got Eurycides and Orpheus and said, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Let's see what we get this week. I'm going to be pulling a Mystic Sister card.
I'm going to get one for the full moon from Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. And then Giblets will do another one tomorrow before we complete all the altar stuff, which I started doing a cleanse where I'm like, wow, it really needed a tune-up. Maybe that's why I needed all this metal. It's just that kind of vibration. It's really weird. I don't know.
It's quite buzzy. And, the other thing about Uranus moving forward on the 3rd is that's the ruling planet of Aquarius. All this Aquarius stuff that's been happening, it's going to get like a jolt.
Yes, very dry, very static electricity-ish. Yes.
Somebody said my hair looked good. I washed it and I combed it. Last time I washed it, I forgot to comb it. So my hair looked weird the whole time. It was like doing a weirdo thing. What did you get?
I got building blocks, and I can't even see what number it is. Number 28. And I'll look at what it says.
So
it's really interesting because I took a picture. There was this weird time, this weird shadow when there was a shelf of clouds, but the sun was underneath it, and the buildings cast a shadow of this linear, cool pattern on the lake. And that's kind of what it looked like. And I have a picture of that too. Very interesting. What was this like? Yeah, whatever. What did you get? Let me find that.
You want me to do the card? So the Mystic Sister Oracle card for this week is yet again the magical key. I think we've gotten this 3 times. And it says, hope, faith, and gifts. Lost and alone in a deep, dark forest, a poor, bedraggled girl cowers in a state of hopeless despair. Now, that sounds like everybody I know. Not true. It doesn't sound like everybody I know, but it sounds like a lot of people. A dove above her holds a key in its beak, which symbolizes peace. And hope, peace and hope. Drawing this card indicates that it is now extraordinarily important. Remember, it's an extraordinarily important to have faith in a benevolent universe. You have become susceptible to fear, depression, hopelessness, worry, and wild imaginings of the worst case scenarios. You may have found yourself in a difficult place, but the challenge now is to be optimistic, to look up and be aware that help is nearby. Use your imagination for seeking best case scenarios to achieve a resolution. Trust that you will again find peace.
Okay. I think I disrupted a few things when I did some replanting on Thursday, moved some things around and pulled up some fairies from the plants.
Are they playing tricks on you? Are they trying to get in the video? What's going on?
They're flying little aphids. You know, I could grow herbs, but they are also subject to the same thing they are outside, aphids. And I have mint and basil. I'm like, you got to go because springtime's coming. I can't do this anymore. The building blocks thing pretty much tells you, this makes me feel like, you know, Aquarius, like where the sun and all these planets are. Aquarius is a traditional ruler, Saturn, and building blocks to me are filling in the cracks. Or where is there a gap in the foundation? You got the foundation, right? And what are we filling it with? That's pretty much what I read from the deck. So,
and it's interesting that it's like, you know, 4 is building, right? It's building blocks, but it is a 4-day.
And the heart chakra is ruled by Leo, and that is the full moon.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
And of course, the axis of Leo and Aquarius is the axis of evolution for the time that we have Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto evolves through its polarity point. And so in order for us to move through this time of Pluto in Aquarius, because Pluto in any sign creates a lot of disruption. And Aquarius is not it's a Saturn, you know, we just got out of Capricorn. Capricorn is a Saturn ruled sign, but so is Aquarius, a Saturn ruled sign. So there are still some structures that are going to be coming down. There's still, you know, as chaos grows, we're going to look for ways of feeling secure. And that's when we can get in trouble with things like martial law, or we can get in trouble with things like believing that, you know, a strong person, somebody who can control things, you know, almost like a bit of a police state. We might have to get into a little bit of that just to stabilize things, but we're not there yet. So we're not there yet. And it strikes me that the people of Minnesota have it all right. I mean, they're just going out there and they're helping their neighbors and they're standing strong.
Oh,
And in -20, I mean, if they can do it in -20, I can do it in 11.
there's been, yeah,
Really?
there's been a lot of people, a lot of protests, and it has been cold, really cold the last few days, and people have been going downtown and doing their anti-ice this time.
Yes, yes.
That I do as much as I can.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
I
can't. I can't.
I
I'm
took one for the
65.
team. I took one for the team the same day Bovino got booted off his thing. So whatever I'm doing behind the scenes, okay, I got it back, and now we're done with that spell.
I don't even want to know the spell you cast on that guy.
I told you, if it keeps up, I have to go back to the graveyard before it thaws.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Saying.
So,
A lot of people protested. Thank you so much. Anybody that got out there and knows how challenging it is to be in this weather is brave. It's really, really challenging.
it was 2 degrees in Burlington, Vermont yesterday at their rally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, we have to, when I was telling my kid this, I said, when it's cold outside, I don't find myself like ducking into a store to warm up. If I'm layered enough and I'm warm enough, I'm in the summer, I'm ducking into every store just to cool down. And then I'll go back out and go a couple of blocks. It's a lot more challenging for me to be in hot weather than it is in this. You just wrap
Wow.
yourself up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not good in the heat. I'm not good in the heat. Um, somebody, wait, what was I looking at? Oh, yeah, mentioning it's in bulk. It's in bulk.
That too on Tuesday,
On
Monday,
Tuesday, Monday the 2nd.
Groundhog Day.
Say again?
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, yes. Or the Feast of St. Bridget. Of course,
Yes.
Bridget is the fire goddess of Ireland. And Imbolc is midwinter. And it's when we notice that the sun is staying out longer and we're noticing how the light has changed. I don't know if you've noticed the change in light over
Yeah.
the last week. There's just a lightness to the light. Sometimes in the winter, the light can be very harsh and it seems to be softening a little bit. I don't know why that is. It could just be atmospheric, but that's what it feels like to me.
There's such a small window. It happens so quickly when I leave here in the morning, like that 6:30 to 6:33.
Mm.
And I get downstairs and it's already light out.
Yeah.
Where it's dark in here, and I do my thing with giblets, or I spray some kibble so he can go on a treasure hunt, and then I run out the door, right? By the time I get downstairs, I'm like, wow, it's light out. Like you could see the layers of pink, orange, blue,
Right.
green, just all blend. I'm like, that was quick. And that is how this time is going too. It's so overwhelming. The input's overwhelming. The time is like, if I don't consciously notice and look at the day and time, it goes by so fast. By the time the afternoon rolls around, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it is going fast. But it's weird because it's doing that thing that it did last year. It's like everything's going super fast and super slow at the same time. It's like it's like the week is gone, but I don't know, the pain is really severe or something. I don't know what that's about.
I said that
We're concentrated. It's that like as we move through that eye of the needle, everything gets closer and squished down and more intense. And once we pop out the other side, it'll be like
I said that to somebody I took the stairs and we sort of like met again at a different floor and said, "Weren't you just upstairs?" And I said, "I move so fast that I'm moving and standing still at the same time. That's how it feels."
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah.
feels like I'm moving and standing still at the same time. That's how fast I'm running around.
Well, this is the Wheel of Fortune year, and like that's sort of the energy of the Wheel of Fortune. You're
Oh,
watching things move fastly, but you're in the center. You're still in a way. And that's
so
important. That's important for us to remember.
I
Remember
think the
a
year
lot
of
of
the
this.
horse also, we've got that piece that's going to be, as we're preparing to think about it, that is a more of a fast moving energy. The whole idea of it is faster than a slow ass moving snake, right? We've been in this pattern, and now look at just getting into the ready for this year of the horse is all this poop
Well,
is coming out.
what's his name? Don Lemon is Year of the Horse. He's a fire
Oh
horse.
my God. Oh, that's interesting. See, just at that, look at the events that are happening right as this is starting to occur. It's
Yeah,
really on fire.
notice who's getting picked out of the crowd,
Oh, so
right?
well aware.
Like both people who were killed in Minnesota were born in 1988. Um, what's her name is also 1988. Erica with 3 Ks.
Oh, you know what? I did whiz by something that had that in the title, that might be a chart to sort of, if you want it, if you're studying this and see what you can get from it. She was in a like a title or something. I'm like, I'm not really interested in her. I just want to like snap out of it. See?
Well, I mean that's kind of a weird like right wing rabbit hole. Um, I think that I know that she probably has a lot of influence and probably a lot of money with that turning point thing, but I feel like even that's fading away. Like it's like I mean I thought Charlie Kirk was going to be a bigger deal than it actually and it was a big deal when it happened, really big deal. But then it flittered away like everything else. Like it's almost like the biggest deals are being shown to us at a time when we can't really process them. And really all we can do is let go of a lot of it. And so maybe that's what we need to do. We need to sort of say, "Oh, I was right," and then let it go. Like
Trust yourself when you have to, because if this outside energy, what you're seeing and hearing on the news, doesn't mirror your own life, or it has been that kind of situation where you have to say, I need a timeout right now, right? My eyes are darting all over the screen like this, and everything tastes like minestrone soup. I'm like, I need to get out of here.
oh no.
Honor that. Don't force yourself, because these are the things they're training you to react a certain way and expecting you to react a certain way. And if you don't, they don't know how to react.
All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of the air and fire energy, right?
Well,
That's
that's
like
what we're
sinus.
going. We're going from earth and water to air and fire, and that's for a long time.
I
Long,
know.
yeah.
And what are the nodes going to shift to is I can't remember.
Uh, July, July. Like of all the months in the year, this is probably the second most intense month.
Okay. And then we sort of stabilize
No,
in,
no,
okay, no.
no. We're not stabilizing. No, intense, intense. Maybe a little bit of a break, and then July. That's the number one. July is the number one. July is when we take. It's like we get shot off in a rocket in July.
Okay.
So you have to like, get used to this new like gravity thing. I was going through my feed and I saw somebody put something up about the Pleiadians and the 11th dimension. And I'm like, the 11th dimension? I just got my hands around the fifth dimension. I got, how many dimensions can I travel in one lifetime? Please.
It really is about how, where you need to go, what option you, some shit's going down on the drive. What options that you think would work for the state you're in. You know, you can go to the 12th dimension if you want to. You can listen to audio people that channel the 12th dimension, or, whatever you feel like you need to do for whatever you're feeling
Yeah,
it.
if you need to go to 11th dimension, feel free.
If
Feel
you
free.
want to
I was
learn,
just
we're
like,
in a linear pattern of learning, and like you need to master the third to understand the fourth, and then the fourth get, as you understand that. Some people are like, you know what? I want to go to 13 right now.
yeah, yeah. Well, I can understand that. I can
And
understand
just
that.
be like, and listen to whatever balances, your nervous system. Please be honest about that. Like it's a nervous system overload.
Yes, absolutely. Marianne,
Okay.
Sitkus said she got triggered today big time, like she hasn't in years. Then I beat myself up for reacting. Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't bother. The second part,
yeah.
don't bother with that. You don't have to do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I'm always reminded, and I think I mentioned, I know I mentioned this very recently, so I apologize for repeating myself. But Deepak Chopra says, if you want to see how evolved you are, go live with your parents. Now, of course, my parents are in heaven, so that would be difficult. But in other words, like if you think you're so beyond everything, just go back to where it all began and see how evolved you can be in the face of that. We're all human, and we have to. That's the beauty of us,
Yeah.
our imperfect perfection.
That's what bones are
But
all
it's
about.
hard not to react. It's hard not to react.
Well, you do react. Now we've stepped through this time where we're all suffering from PTSD, but we've also gotten a lot of resources available that are free, like just online, even if it's like support groups and stuff like that. So the reaction is, based on how you're processing all of this stuff. And now we ask to react a little bit more. I know we're looking at all the people in the Epstein files. I know that I don't even want to look or think about everybody else, because the focus is on, okay, what is he going to do now? Because he's very retaliatory when something negative is given this person, put a little dent in the ego there. And this is a big thing. So what's going to happen to retaliate over this? That's my concern.
And retaliate over what? I'm sorry, what was
All the
the?
Epstein stuff that came out today,
Oh, yeah. Sure, yeah.
right?
And
And
it's terrible.
Malia's movie
It's, I
just
mean,
got pulled, right? That's
I mean,
gone.
it's terrible stuff. Have you heard about some of it? It's just nauseating. Not surprising though.
Yeah.
Not surprising, because these people think they have the right. I mean, they think they have the right over women, period. End of story. But
Yeah. I
add,
don't think I need
add
to
young
know.
and poor on that, and how much worse does it get?
I don't need to know all those details to believe them.
Oh,
Does
it's not
somebody
that.
need all those details to believe these people? I don't need all those details.
Well,
I
this
know
was
that
a
it's
lot
in
of
the
the stuff was.
Transparency Act, I'm sure that's part of that, and they have to release everything, and some of it's redacted. So, but I still believe those people. I don't, the details, does it make it worse? No. Does it make me more pissed off? Yeah. It, how am I going to, what am I going to do about that? I believe them. I believe everything they say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm on their side, 100%. I don't need to know all that other stuff.
Well, a lot of the stuff that came out were like interviews and tips to the FBI and stuff like that. So it wasn't. Um, it's just a lot of information. I mean, this guy, they had information. I mean, he might as well have been the vice president. What's his name? Epstein might as well have been the vice president because he didn't get in trouble for anything.
Kind of. In the end,
Well, he got taken out because
right, they killed him.
he had the goods on Trump. He was probably the only person that could take down Trump as like a witness.
Has anything gone on this week that makes you think, what the F is going on? Because I'm ready to pull cards on that. I definitely feel that momentum with this, especially with this full moon, is we've like sort of put it out there because there's so much change going on. I don't even know where to channel this energy, to be honest with you.
Yes,
Look at that. Yes, tomorrow is in bulk also.
No, that's Monday.
You guys, but there are no reeds out there for me to gather and make a Bridget's cross. So
Yeah, I have one upstairs. I didn't have to make it though. We used to make crosses on Palm Sunday. That's what we used to do.
yes, I have one of those too. That my grandpa used to make those little palm baskets and stuff.
My uncle used to make them, and then they would burn the ones from last year and put new ones up on all the saints. They were all over the saints.
Yes. Is this part of the full moon energy, the saint energy? Because I was, cleaning as I'm thinking about putting this altar together and, trying to make sure everything is sort of organized. That picture of Mother Cabrini is staring at me. Just, I'm like, oh, don't look at her. Like, can you throw me a bone kind of a picture? And I just said, okay, thank you. And that my mom had given me like a piece of her robe, okay, in a little like plastic amulet kind of thing. Because she was the saint of like sick hospital administrator.
Yes. Yeah, she started like almost like a foundling home, Mother Cabrini, in New York because so many people were suffering.
So I might put her up on the altar. I don't know, but I gave her a thanks. Like, yep. I get it. My work is been recognized. Mother Cabrini statue, Maria was saying, yeah, it might be that kind of a feeling that you want to put on your altar too,
Yeah, like Mother Cabrini, maybe Maria Montessori, maybe depending on who your feminine feminine energy, but also like maybe Ruth Bader Ginsburg, women that you admire, for their courage and their
absolutely
love.
Yeah,
right? Leo is all about the heart. It's generosity of heart. Like there's nothing like being bathed in the light of Leo when a Leo gives you all this praise. It's like you're getting kissed by the sun. Now you got to watch because sometimes they do that and then they turn around and become a narcissist. But a real true actuated Leo is just a beauty. It's a sight to behold and it's a wonderful feeling.
And a hoot, I love to laugh.
And a hoot, yes. See, the thing is with Leo, if they can't laugh at themselves, then they're not evolved. in order for Leo to be evolved, he has to be able, or she has to be able to access that Aquarius zaniness.
Yep.
And never take themselves too seriously. But
I
know
do
when
like,
when a leader is needed. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I do like the idea of being your unapologetic self. You know, and I do feel like a good Leo moon is going to express that. You know, I like a good Leo moon. I really do. So it's going to be interesting what I get to witness on how other people have that kind of energy. Mother Cabrini is a patron saint of immigrants, says Zinnia 542. You know what? I think I better put that picture on this altar.
I think you better.
Okay, well, that's why she said, that's why she was looking at me like that. I mean, it's always there, but you know, it just becomes part of the background and you just walk by it. But okay, a big clue.
Yes, we have a like a little side table in the hallway, and it's kind of like an altar to the family. So I put family pictures on it, and there's family
Yeah.
pictures above it. And we have a candle there, and I light it every night for Minnesota. But I do have like a couple of my father's like sainty things. He loves Saint Anthony of
Yeah.
Padua, so he had these Saint Anthony things that he used to keep right next to his bed, and
Yep.
I have them there too. So it's like a little, connecting. I mean, my father was the son of an immigrant,
Yeah.
and he only was able to educate himself because of the GI Bill, right? Fighting fascism. The whole reason that I am where I am today is because of the sacrifices of those generations and the courage of the generations before to come here and to make a
Oh,
life
girl.
in a foreign country. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes. Did you see Ilhan Omar? She almost not. She wanted to knock that guy right out. Her fist came up. I wish they had
I
let her
would not have
do it.
noticed
I
that
wish they
unless
had let her do it because she would have hurt him big time. She
I
is.
would not have noticed that if I didn't watch the Stephen Colbert thing the next day. I have my family altar there, my ancestor altar, like my mom's ashes and pictures, and my aunt's like stuff like a rock from the garden, you know, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
My
yeah.
in the best seat in the house. Okay, you know, I live on a corner
Yep.
with this right here, there. That's where you wanna. That's where you wanna die.
Yeah.
The best seat in the house, so they get to see everything all the time in that area over there. The little basket that my grandpa made, their little mass cards that you know have their pictures on them and stuff like that. My mom's a Liam. Yeah, I have to put Cabrini on the altar. Thank you so much for helping me kind of put that together as we sort of develop these ideas about what we want to thank. You know, a Leo likes a thank you.
Leo loves appreciation, and Leos appreciate themselves. Sometimes too much, but maybe not. Who's to say? And so we should follow that lead. We should love and appreciate self, because that's what Leo's all about, right? It's all about that unique self, yet a spark of the divine, like the divinity within us is Leo, really.
Yeah. And it's interesting that Leos are like the performers, right? And everything, if you think about it, really is you're performing all the time. You're performing for somebody's expectations of you. Maybe this new full moon is about performing for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Or bringing your best self to the community, Aquarius. So
okay.
I did pull some. You asked what WTF next week. I did pull some cards on that. They're
Yeah.
very interesting. Would you like to know what I pulled?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Was it what I? Oh God. Okay. Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, so I start with the page. Hold on, page of cups. So a
Yep.
message
Oh yeah.
crossed by the 10 of Pentacles, the rich,
Okay. Yes.
right? So we know what this is, right? This
We
is
know what both of those are.
the ep stuff, right? Underneath, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, this is one of MTG's numbers, this vibration. Also, AOC. So we're likely to hear from both of them this week.
Okay.
But this is also like these are like the thugs that run in and don't think about the consequences of their actions. They don't like they're not quite understanding the rules of karma yet. And so there can be that energy with this card. In the past, we have the 8 of Swords. So
Redactions.
feeling like you couldn't see all of that, right? Only
Oh
certain
man.
information came out. In the sky, I get the two wands. So I feel like there are two sides and they're going to come together. Two sides who are interested, but they're normally apart, are going to come together. So things are coming together. The ideas are formulating. The sun is shining. A lot of these MAGA people like Joe Rogan and some of these other bro guys are all like turning their back on him because they're like, oh, I didn't vote for that. They're like, you voted for that. I voted for everything he said he was going to do. I didn't vote for what he's doing. And I thought to myself, that's because you're a man and you're dumb. Women knew, like from day one, this guy was
That
going to
is semantics. I don't buy that
no,
for
I
us.
don't buy that either, but that's like a guy thing. They're like, oh, what'd you give him? Yeah, all right, fine. No,
Semantics. No.
no. And then the outcome
Let me see. Yeah.
is the moon. Lunacy, the moon. So
The moon.
one of the things one of the things that's going to happen with this moon is that people are going to express, and we're talking about love and being part of the community and standing strong and helping each other, but there are a lot of people who are not saying that, and those people are going to be saying stuff too. And so I feel like this whole ep thing is going to break open like the pustule is lanced, and it finally and it's going to drive these people who are willing to jump into the fight without like thinking of consequences. So I think MAGA is going to there'll be somewhat of an uprising with them. That's what I see in those cards. We'll see. I could be misreading that whole thing. That's what I see.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I like when we have something that there's an idea out there, something to focus on. You're like, oh yeah, that's how we actually learn tarot symbolism and stuff like that. We got the cards. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And the outcome is this, like the moon is saying, the opportunity, it's fire and air, number one. And then there's opportunities out there. And it's been a lot of input, and you feel like you're just trapped in a cage of your own head. Have you not felt like that this week?
There are
There's the moon wants to know what you're talking about. She's out there right now.
There are two things there's one thing that came to mind as you were speaking, is after 9/11, you spend like a couple of hours watching the tower get hit over and over and over and over again. We don't know what's going on. Everybody's scared. At one point, I just went outside and sat under a tree. It was a beautiful day. It was one of the most beautiful September days I remember. The sky was so blue.
And quiet.
It was quiet, miles and miles.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I just heard the birds, and I was like, they're chirping. They either don't know or they don't care of what's going on in man's world.
I think there was a lot that was air traffic was at a complete stall, so there was a lot less noise.
Well, we
It
were
was
by the Air Force
eerie.
Base. So we heard the jets that went out were from our Air Force Base.
You had a different experience, yeah, yeah. And our neighbors, we were living where the area we were in. We all were on the porch, and we just kind of all got together and walked up and down the block. The church was locked. It was just so surreal, really. That was just nuts. Oh my goodness. It has been almost an hour, just over.
Yeah. See how that works? See that happens? Well, we did do moon. Is this officially moonshine?
This will be officially moonshine for just how to kind of put it together at the end. Tomorrow, Giblets and I are going to do moonshine or, you know, time out with Giblets. And then Groundhog Day is the next day. So we'll see what he wants to do.
Is that Puxatawny giblets? Is that
Yeah.
is he going to decide how much more winter we get? I know the people in Florida are going to be very interested to know if they're going to have another snowstorm.
I am never going to crack a persimmon seed again for the rest, okay? Because I don't even remember what the persimmon seed prediction was, but this is a wacky ass winter. And we've been saying, we've been really lucky. We've been having not a lot of snow, you know. It's been just cold, like cold snaps, and then we kind of get out of it. I have winters where I wore my winter coat maybe 3 times, 4 times. And they're like, no, yeah, now you're paying for that. We're ready. And that's what this moon is about too. We're ready. We're ready. All right, you guys, thank you so very, very much. Enjoy your full moon. We'll see you in the morning.
Don't worry about anything. Don't worry. Don't you worry about a thing, Mama.
No. Talk to the moon. Sing it a song. See what it says to you. Love ya.
Take care, everyone. Namaste.